Look around the next time you're in public, on a train, in a cafe, walking through a city center. Almost every person is staring into a glowing rectangle. Thousands of years of human evolution produced the most intelligent species on Earth. And now millions of people spend their lives swiping their thumb across a screen, consuming information they won't remember, reacting to people they've never met, and surrendering hours they can never get back. The disturbing part isn't that this is happening. The disturbing part is that nobody seems alarmed by it anymore. Your phone is not just stealing your time. It's changing the way you think. It's changing your attention span, your ability to focus, your tolerance for boredom, and even your relationship with reality itself. Most people believe they are using their phones as tools. But if we're being honest, many of us crossed that line years ago. The tool became the master. The moment we wake up, we reach for it. The moment we feel bored, we reach for it. The moment life becomes uncomfortable, we reach for it. Without realizing it, we've trained ourselves to avoid silence, avoid reflection, and avoid being alone with our own thoughts. Marcus Aurelius never faced social media, endless notifications, or algorithms designed by teams of psychologists. Yet he understood something timeless about human nature. He knew that whatever controls your attention eventually controls your life. Every day, your attention is making a vote for the person you will become. Every hour spent learning, creating, building, and thinking pushes your life in one direction. Every hour spent distracted, reacting, scrolling, and consuming pushes it in another. The tragedy is that most people don't notice this happening until years have passed and they can no longer explain where the time went. Imagine explaining modern life to a Stoic philosopher. Imagine telling him that people voluntarily carry a device in their pocket that interrupts them dozens of times a day. Imagine explaining that this device can instantly deliver outrage, gossip, entertainment, comparison, anxiety, envy, and distraction whenever a person feels even the slightest discomfort. He would probably ask a simple question. Why would anyone willingly surrender control of their own mind? And honestly, what answer could we give? The Stoics believed that freedom begins with self-mastery, not political freedom, not financial freedom. Freedom from being controlled by impulses, cravings, and external forces. Yet millions of people cannot sit in silence for 5 minutes without feeling compelled to check a screen. They cannot watch a film without checking notifications. They cannot have a conversation without glancing at their phone. They cannot stand in a queue without seeking digital stimulation. The device has become so deeply integrated into daily life that most people no longer recognize the dependence. What's even more dangerous is that the damage is invisible. If someone spent 6 hours a day drinking alcohol, everyone would recognize the problem. If someone spent 6 hours a day gambling, concern would follow. But spend 6 hours a day scrolling through endless content, and it's considered normal. Productive, intelligent, ambitious people are unknowingly sacrificing years of their lives to a habit they rarely question. Not because they're weak, but because they're fighting against systems specifically designed to keep them engaged. If you're enjoying this video and you want more timeless wisdom that helps you think clearly in a distracted world, subscribe and join our community of thousands of like-minded people seeking a more intentional way of living. Every week, we explore powerful ideas from Stoicism, psychology, and ancient philosophy that can genuinely improve the quality of your life. Seneca wrote that people are careful with their possessions, but reckless with their time. 2,000 years later, that warning feels almost prophetic. Most people protect their money more fiercely than their attention, even though money can be earned back and time cannot. Every hour disappears forever. Every day becomes part of your life story. Yet countless people hand over their most valuable resource in exchange for a temporary distraction that provides nothing lasting in return. The cruel irony is that the thing most people are searching for on their phones is the very thing their phones are taking away from them. They search for happiness while becoming more restless. They search for connection while feeling more isolated. They search for fulfillment while becoming increasingly distracted. They search for meaning while drowning in noise. The more they consume, the less satisfied they become. The more connected they appear, the more disconnected they often feel. Perhaps the greatest loss of all is the death of boredom. Modern culture treats boredom as something to eliminate. But the Stoics understood that stillness has value. Some of the most important thoughts you'll ever have arrive during moments of silence, while walking alone, sitting quietly, looking out of a window, reflecting on your life. But those moments are disappearing. Every gap is filled. Every pause is occupied. Every silence is interrupted. And with each interruption, an opportunity for insight quietly slips away. The question isn't whether your phone is useful. Of course it is. The question is whether you're still the one in control. Because if an object determines where your attention goes, how often you think when you feel pleasure, and how you spend your time, then it is influencing your life far more than you may realize. Marcus Aurelius once reminded himself that the quality of a person's life is determined by the quality of their thoughts. Today, perhaps the greatest challenge is protecting those thoughts from a world that profits from distracting them. So the next time you reach for your phone without thinking, pause for a moment. Ask yourself whether you're making a choice or following a habit. Ask yourself whether you're seeking information or escaping discomfort. Ask yourself whether this action is bringing you closer to the person you want to become or further away from them. Because your future will not be shaped by a few major decisions. It will be shaped by thousands of small ones. And some of the most important happen every day with a device that never leaves your side.